Okay, now you can sit down. Alright, so as you probably realize, I mean, it's only two jumping jacks, but without oxygen, things become progressively harder, progressively faster. And then, I don't know, I've heard that getting old is not the most fun of processes, but add that into it, and you're a senior citizen trying to exercise, possibly you have a lung condition, a heart condition that is disabling you, and there you have like the patients that I've been working with, and trying to introduce a way that movement can be helpful to them instead of harmful and like a stress. Okay, go ahead. My passion for the project really came because when I was little, I had a condition of the skull called Chiari malformation, and it's where the bottom of your skull, where the arrow is right there, is too small for your brain cord and your spine. Your spine goes up into it like this. My skull was too small and it was pinching it off. And so if I wouldn't have had a surgery when I was 3, that they went in and actually cut out the skull to make it larger, I could have been severely disabled, and that would have put a big hinder in my life because exercise is huge for me. Exercise is like what I go to, it's my passion. And so if this surgery wouldn't have happened, I would have been a completely different person. So, as you can say, go ahead. I really, when I was looking at my patients and where to begin, my mom works at a cardiac rehab facilitation, and so she works with different kind of patients every day that have had heart attacks, lung disease, something that a stroke, something that inhabilitates them to do the kind of bodily processes that we take for granted. And so when I was looking into what kind of patients I would have working with them, there's specific things you need to take into mind as far as if they're cardiac patients or bone patients, limited mobility, if they maybe can't do a lot of cardio exercise but they can lift weights, or maybe they can't lift weights because they have a bad range of motion but their heart is in good shape, things like that. So, yeah. Also, when working with older people, I really wanted to introduce exercise as healing, as instead of going to cardiac rehab and feeling like, oh, this is a pain in my ass, I have to go do this for the day, like, take it as medicine. There's so many elderly people now that they chill out at home, they watch the news, when they're feeling sore, they pop a few Advil. Painkillers are huge for them. They're like, oh, if there's a pill for it, why wouldn't I just take the pill? Well, there's a way healthier way to treat things like that. Like arthritis actually gets better the more active you are. It might hurt to start moving, but once you start moving, it's like the whole object in rest will stay at rest, object in motion will stay in motion kind of idea. Once it starts moving, limbering up, your arthritis can get way better without the use of painkillers and way healthier. I wanted to also teach them that it's a good stress reliever, just something to do out on a beautiful day. Summer's coming up. I really wanted to implement that. But as you know, old people and elderly folks, they kind of, I don't know, at least my grandparents, they have a lot of excuses. So you could say, hey, get some exercise. Well, I don't have a treadmill. I don't have news on, whatever. So I made this diagram for them that could show some easy substitutions. I don't have a treadmill. Okay, there's sidewalks everywhere. It's way prettier outside. Get some view, get some fresh air. Weights, most of them are lifting really light weights anyways, so things as simple as water bottles, soup cans, perfect substitutions. You don't need a gym or a yoga facility. Lay in your living room and stretch out. Limber yourself up. Same thing with the other two, just easy substitutions. But I really wanted to reinforce the fact that, go ahead. as a spouse or a friend or even yourself as a nurse. You need to, as like, I don't know, as an elderly person, let's be honest, your education has been incorporated with new things. Like your education is kind of outdated. There's so many new technologies, factors to consider. I wanted them to know that they can trust doctors, they can trust nurses. Don't listen to your husband or your wife that knows nothing about what they're talking about, that is the one telling them to go pop more Advil. But go to the doctor, get some help. Okay, so steps to safety. I wanted them to incorporate this exercise, but don't go overboard. Don't make it hinder you instead of help you. So first, what you really want to do before any kind of pulmonary or cardiac rehab is do a stress test, which is a test that sees how much stress your heart can take without going outside of normal levels that can be hindering to it. So preliminary stress test, that's pretty much mandatory. But then while you're actually exercising, I wanted to encourage them to check their heart rate and the talk test. Can you carry on a conversation while you're exercising? If you can't, then you're probably like being too strenuous. Don't work yourself too hard. And then just common sense. If you're dizzy, lightheaded, take a break. There's nothing wrong with breaks. Just we want to get them out and active. So just a simple way for them as far as checking yourself to take your pulse, and the stress test would tell them like a normal healthy range that they should be in while exercising. And so then they can take their pulse while they're exercising if they don't feel well and multiply it by 4. Oh, okay, I'm way outside of my range. I need to take a break. I need to slow down. So the event itself was actually yesterday. I went to my mom's work and helped a lot of her patients. It was very rewarding. I don't have that many pictures of me with the patients because my mom was going to have to do liability forms, so I wasn't actually supposed to take any of the patients, but I snuck a few. So there they are. This is Dorothy. She's actually 91. She is a sweetheart. My mom just with the flyers, some of the older gentlemen working out on the bikes. Awesome experience. And I really did such simple things with them that I was worried that they'd be like, okay, this is nonsense, this is bored. But some of my favorite quotes, I had a lady take a ball like this, and we were just doing like back-to-back motions and like stretching out her sides. And she's like, ooh, where can I get me one of these? Like, she was wanting the ball. I was like, well, actually, like, even if you want to substitute a Kleenex box or something, like, that's fine too. She's like, no, I want the ball. I was like, oh, okay. Well, whatever's going to be, they're really fun, really curious. And then another, one of the old men that I was working with, he was like, oh, that was so fun. Are you going to be here Friday too? And I was like, hey, I can't be, like, I'll come back. But, so my personal observations, the positives, they're really interested. They're easily entertained. Simple things are actually, like, perfect level for them. Things that I thought would be like, oh, I'm, like, getting bored. Pretty much as soon as you start to run out of ideas to do with them, they're, like, done anyways. So, because their mind is, like, full of new things. Enlightened. But some of the negatives I had with working with them is just that they're older than you, but they respect you a lot more in this sense because they know that you're way more physically capable than they are at this point. And so they're kind of easily ashamed, like if they can't do something. I saw one lady like struggling. We were doing like some leg lifts, and she was kind of struggling, but she kept like pushing through, and I was like, if your hip hurts, like, don't feel bad. She's like, I just don't want to be the dud old lady. I was like, no, like, please take your rest. It's all trying to be on a beneficial level, nothing that's going to hurt you. Also, go ahead and go to the next slide. So these are just some of the simple yourself too hard. I had this old man he's on oxygen. He's actually on the lung transplant list, and he comes out with his oxygen rolling out, and picks up some of the dumbbells. He's like, okay, what are we doing? Let's go. I was like, oh, you're a spunky little fellow. So we started lifting weights, and I'm like going through things with him. He's doing great, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like seriously, so high, right? So he's so spunky, and then all of a sudden he's like, I need to check, I might be a little low. And we take his oxygen, and he was very low. And so it's just the thing that like they want to impress you almost. They want to like have fun, but they really like, they need to find their limits. So that's something you can help them with. And the littlest things that you guys, if you take your grandparents out on a walk, like you might think that a walk is not a big deal and they're not getting a lot of exercise, but that's so good for them. It's so good for their physical and mental health just to get out, to have younger people encouraging them, and they feel as if the younger kids are dedicating their own time to them. The simplest things. Just get your old folks out and moving. Seniors helping seniors. Next. So do these things with your grandparents and your fellow elders, but warning, because exercise is a big stress reliever. Side effects may include, go ahead. Extreme, possibly. Go ahead. But really, it makes them happier. It gets them out, it gets them going, and it means a lot that the younger kids take time to help them. Go ahead. So special thanks to my mom and her partner, all of my participants, and the McLaren Central Michigan Hospital for letting me go in and like work with their patients. I was signing waivers and stuff, but it was liability and whatnot. So just thank you to them, and thank you guys if you go out and help others.